Hey guys, how you doing? I just wanted to go over, the new developers note that's coming out. The arena stuff is not, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's not much to get into there. They're opening up RTA, and they're going to give everyone rewards for it. So you're going to be incentivized to do it. The rewards are basically going to be decorations and Elia costumes. So it's not the end of the world if you don't do it. It's stuff it gives the people who want to do RTA a reason to do it. Minor rewards, stuff you can show off. I don't think it's game changing, so the people who don't like RTA can continue not to do it. If you do like it, you have a little bit of rewards to do it. It doesn't look like they're giving any rewards such as Devilmons or Mystical Scrolls to go along with the World Arena, so you're not being punished for not doing it. It's something for the ones that want to play with RTA. You have uh, a incentive to do it. But the real part of the patch that's coming up is the ability to re-roll your runes. Now, I'm not sure I'm reading this correctly. It's I got to see it in practice before we see how good it is. But the way I'm interpreting it to be is it's going to be really helpful for any of your runes that you have a quad roll into, high speed rolls into, something where the other substats just don't mix too well. It's going to take a couple of tries. It's not going to be a one-shot thing. You don't get to choose your substats. Uh, so the first thing that we need to know about is the runes have to be plus 12, just like grindstones for enchantments at least. So you need the rune to at least be plus 12. What else you need to know is if the rune has been grinded already, you're going to lose those grinds. That really does suck because I'm guessing some of the runes you're going to want to do this on are the runes, your most powerful runes. The runes that have those runes, if you're a high-end player, normally are already going to be grinded. So you may need to farm more grindstones or determine is it worth it for you to re-roll till you get those perfect stats or not. In the example here that they give here, you're gonna have 4 substats here, and you're gonna re-roll to 4 new substats. Now we have a total of 11 substats that we can roll here: flat HP, flat defense, flat attack, HP percent, defense percent, attack percent, resistance, accuracy, speed, crit rate, and crit damage. So those are the 11 stats that you get, and you have the 4 here. So you can re-roll into 4 new ones. In this example here, I think what happens is if you have a 20 resistance one, if you roll resistance again, it will keep that 20%. If you roll anything else, let's say you roll attack percent here, then since attack percent's not already on this rune, it's going to be like a random 6-star uh, enchant. So it would be somewhere between 5 and 8%. So it doesn't change this, this legend. This would be a legend rune. One, two. No, this is probably a hero rune here. So this doesn't change that. It doesn't change the fact that you have a 20% resistance rule. This, I don't think this can become an 18 speed. Uh, um, actually, that's a bad example. It can't become an 18 crit rate because this is double rolled resistance. You can't get a double roll into crit rate replacement. That's how I'm interpreting it to be. So what you basically you're going to want to do it on a rune that has your high speed, your Bernard runes, your 25, 30 speed runes that have the other subsets, so that you can get whatever you want. If you're looking to get more HP, more defense, more crit rate, however you want, that's what you can play around. You can keep re-rolling it till you get the proper stats around the main stat that you want to keep. So you're looking to keep your big stats, your big rune here, your big, again, generally I think it's going to be, a high speed rune, a high crit rate rune, so that, or high crit damage rune that you can just get the other supporting attack or attack substats or speed substat that you want to go along with it. It's probably going to be most useful for those kind of runes. It's not again, if you have a rune that has 27% resistance, a triple roll resistance on your crit damage rune, then it's probably going to stay that way. It's gonna, it's not going to be that useful for that. So a rune like this one right here, this is a rage crit damage rune with 27% resistance. I can reroll it so that I can, that the defense percent accuracy, those are the ones I probably want to swap out. I will probably want attack and crit rate on there, and that's what I probably look for, but it's not going to replace this 27% resistance with, a 24% crit rate or 20, or 30% attack. This doesn't, it won't be that game changing is the way I'm reading it to be. So other runes that it would be really helpful on is something like this one right here, where this was a quad roll into HP percent, and these other stats here, I think resistance and defense are fine, but if I was looking to get speed and let's say you're trying to look to get speed and I guess resistance and defense are there, so I'd really just be looking to enchant that out. So that's probably more where you're going to want to use enchant runes from rifts versus trying to reroll all the stats. But let's just look at where's Bernard. I think Bernard has most likely is going to have some runes where I can show off where it'd be a little bit more beneficial. That actually synergizes really well. So the HP synergize. So these runes are synergizing really well. That's not a good example. So this is damage from Bernard. I think that's probably. I mean, do I need more? I'm probably looking to be more defensive on my Bernard, more HP defense. So I may reroll these subs. The speed's the one that obviously we want to keep, but we'd probably want HP defense and accuracy on there. Again, this is only applying to subsets. You're not going to get to change the main set. So when you got those slot 2, 4, 6 flat HP with insane subs, those are still going to be world boss runes or just crap. I don't even look at it as world boss runes. And if you replace all your stats on there, it's relatively going to be the equivalent to a white rune. So you're really looking only to mostly do it probably on your hero and legend rules that triple rolled or quad rolled into a stat that was really helpful for you. That's really where it's going to be the most beneficial. Alright, that's at least my interpretation of it. If you think it's working in a different way, let me know if you're reading it differently. I've heard a lot of different people trying to explain it different ways that if it's based off efficiency, so that 24% resistance roll, which is a double roll into resistance, could end up being a double roll into speed, which would be 18 speed. If it works that way, that's really OP there. I don't think that's how it's going to work. If that does happen, that would be much better than what I've pictured here. Again, this one I think is just if you have the quad rolls, the triple rolls into one really good rune, and just the other subs around it don't match up, and you can't enchant everything out, it allows you to enchant a little bit more. So it also now determines on what kind of runes are worth keeping now. That means now legend runes with one good substat, if you get lucky enough to quad roll into that one good substat, makes it worthwhile to keep. And to really gamble on, and actually probably much better than what if it rolls the way you need it to go. A lot of times with legend runes, if you only have one good subset, sometimes it's not even worth rolling. Now I think it's definitely going to be worth rolling. All right, let me know what you guys think, and if not, just leave a comment below and have a good day.